Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy John, aka Spirits here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Call of Duty Cold War gameplay. Or there's going to be gameplay in the background, but in this video I'm going to be going over my initial thoughts of the beta. This is something I've been getting asked a lot on my live streams and in the comments of my videos, so I decided I'd dedicate a whole video kind of going over my initial thoughts and feelings. There's going to be some Cold War gameplay in the background. I hope that you guys enjoy that. I had a ton of fun over the weekend getting to play. I didn't play it too much because I didn't want to burn myself out on it. And it was just an alpha. Before we get into that though, can you guys drop a like if you guys have not already? If we can somehow break 1,000 likes on this video, it'd be absolutely phenomenal. If you guys have not already subscribed and are looking for more Black Ops Cold War content or even Warzone content, this is definitely the channel for you guys. If you guys haven't hit the sub button, go ahead and do that. Make sure when you guys do that, you click the bell notification icon and set it to all, so that way you guys are notified whenever I go live and when I post videos. But anyway, I want to get into my first initial thoughts on Black Ops Cold War. Me personally, I'm a big Treyarch fan. They're probably my favorite developer studio for Call of Duty. I think they do a fantastic job with all of their games. Black Ops 3 was probably one of my favorite CODs, if not my favorite COD of all time. You know, Black Ops 2 is, Black Ops 2. It doesn't really get much better than the Black Ops series in general. And then obviously Black Ops 4, I really did love the multiplayer on it. I played that a long time before I actually started playing Blackout, and then I really did fall in love with Blackout, and I really enjoy the movement mechanics, how Treyarch handles their games, and how they keep it kind of an arcade style shooter. So that is some stuff that I really like about Black Ops Cold War off of the rip. But I have a list here. So going down, the first pro that I really like is the mechanics. So I mean, the way that the character moves around the map, the sprinting, the sliding, how the kind of the recoil works, all of those kinds of mechanics, it's true to Treyarch. To me personally, I hear a lot of people saying that it doesn't feel like Black Ops 2, doesn't feel like Black Ops 3, and that's, their opinion. They can say whatever they think it feels like. To me, the game felt a lot like Blackout. The next thing I really liked about the game was the zip lines that they had on the 12v12 map. I didn't really play much 6v6, which we'll get into on the con side, because I'm going to go ahead and, a little spoiler alert here. I'm going to talk about skill-based matchmaking for a minute. But in my opinion, the zip lines were awesome. They were really fluid, really fast. You got on and off of them very quickly, and you were able to shoot in the middle. You could stop them in the middle, all that kind of stuff. That's something that I wish would be a thing in Modern Warfare. The zip lines in Modern Warfare, when they first brought them out, I thought it was going to be like game changing. Like people camping on a roof, they didn't stand a chance. They'd be able to zip line up really fast and, catch them off guard. And that's not the case at all. I mean, the Modern Warfare zip lines are sluggish. You're pretty much, it's a death sentence if you go up a zip line and there's anyone anywhere near you. They're just going to turn and you're going to be, unable to do anything while your character, I don't know, unlatches himself. I don't know exactly what he does, but you are pretty much a stick in mud and, a free lick, just a free target on the map when you guys are going in zip lines in Modern Warfare. But that is not the case in Cold War. So the reason I do like that so much is because if they bring these mechanics over to Warzone, which I really hope that they do, not only with the zip line, but with the movement, the slide, everything like that. I hope that all comes over to Warzone. I think that'd be absolutely phenomenal. I think it'd kind of feel like a Blackout 2.0, in my opinion, especially. I mean, loadouts are probably here to stay forever, but I mean, I would not be opposed to going back to looting and everything like that. But I don't want to, this is about Cold War. I don't want to get too much into other stuff. The other thing that I liked was the swimming, going on with the mechanics again. Swimming, I think, is something cool that, is kind of special to Treyarch Call of Duties. And it's something I wish that they would add to Warzone, because I think it could add, another layer of complexity to the map of Verdansk. But obviously, again, not getting too far off track. I really do like the swimming, though, in Cold War. The devs would be the next pro for me. I mean, I talked about it already enough in this video. Treyarch, in my mind, the best studio, Vandahar, the best developer, and not only are they great at what they do and great at creating Call of Duty arcade style games, but they are so good at communicating with the community, which is something that gets overlooked by not only Call of Duty, but like a lot of game companies. Over the course of the alpha, we got more tweets and information from Tony Flame, a developer at Treyarch, than we have, I feel like, throughout the entirety of Modern Warfare and the past couple of Call of Duties, man. I'm telling you guys, the communication between devs and the community is something that is huge. Letting the community know that they have a voice and that they've been heard. And not only that, but if there are changes or things that they're doing behind the scenes, letting us know. As they mentioned, I'm going to mention it on the con side, but I'm going to talk about sniping over there. But the devs let us know that sniping is going to get a rework and a rebalance. And that's something that I think is really valuable, is because the transparency between player base and the developer really does make for, you know, a true community where people enjoy the game and they kind of know where they're going. They're not just flying blind the whole time. So thank you to Treyarch, not only for being my favorite developer studio, but obviously the communication thing, you know, takes it above and beyond. That's something I think is phenomenal. The next pro that I have for Cold War is definitely the mini-map. Thank God they brought back the mini-map with the red dots. I don't understand why we did away with that ever, but playing multiplayer in that game, I really did enjoy having the red dots pop up on the map. I really like how Ghost, if you're not moving, you'll show up as a red dot. A lot of little stuff like that, which brings me to the next thing that I really like. The creative class in this game is on another level. In Modern Warfare, there were a lot of attachments, and 90% of the attachments in the game do absolutely nothing for the gun, and you don't really know what they do, and you really shouldn't use them. Like in Modern Warfare, you can set up any AR in Modern Warfare with these attachments: the monolithic, the longest barrel, the biggest magazine, a commando foregrip, and a VLK. Those 5 attachments, and I guarantee you that AR that you're using is going to get 10 times better. You know, you don't really want to mess with all the weird attachments, but those 5 are great. And that's something that I like about this creative class, is because it actually tells you what the trade-offs are. It gives you the percentage value of what is truly going on in the game, instead of giving us those little I mean, the little bars are still there, but we at least have numbers to correlate and be like, okay, so this is, you know, it just tells you exactly what you're trying to do, which is something I really do value a lot. Wildcards were one of my favorite things in Black Ops 2. It really allowed you to do a lot of different things. It makes you more versatile on the map. You can either have more perks, more attachments, grenades, tacticals, everything like that. Wildcard system, fantastic. One of my favorite things Treyarch does. And then the last thing that I thought was a pro was grenades were actually kind of viable in this game. I don't know if you guys remember in Blackout. I mean, in Blackout, they were kind of like mini nukes. Like, they were kind of crazy how good they were. Grenades in this game, they felt really good. They felt usable again. In Warzone and Modern Warfare, you don't really use anything but C4. There's no point. That's another pro right there off the top of my head. Boom. The C4 in this game, there's no C4 sandwiches on the menu anymore. You throw that C4, it's got a plant, it's got an arm, and then you can blow it up. So you got like a solid, you know, 1 to 2 Mississippis before that thing's going boom and you're getting that kill. So that's something that I like, is they're slowing down, you know, the use of those tacticals while buffing other ones. You know, the grenade is a super common, easy one to use, but you got to pull the pin. Things like that take a little bit more time, which creates kind of a skill gap and makes you think about how you're using your equipment. You can't just throw it or just spam the C4 or anything like that. That's something I really like. Now with the pros out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the cons, the things that I don't like about this game. My cons list is a lot shorter than my pros, so if you guys stuck around this long into the video, you know, it's probably not going to be too much longer. The biggest con that I had was the score streak stacking, and I don't think that the score streak stacking, I think it's a bad thing, and I don't think it's a bad thing because it, you know, helps new players get score streaks. I could care less about that. It's more about, I wish my score streaks myself would reset. Like, if I'm going in 1 life, I would like to be able to get a UAV almost every life. What I ended up doing in the beta is I took off my other 2 score streaks, my chopper gunner and my other score streak, whatever it was, just so I can keep getting UAVs each life. Because instead of wrapping to have all 3 of these kill streaks, I just wanted to make sure I kept having my UAV. Because I don't like the score streaks that, you know, make you use them. They're not autonomous. You got to go inside the chopper gun or stuff like that. I don't like ones like that. I'd rather be on the battlefield fragging out. But that's just me. So I wish the score streaks wouldn't stack, not for the reason that most people don't want them to stack. If new players want to get a chopper gunner, or, you know, want to try really hard and get a chopper gunner, whatever, go for it. It does not bother me in the slightest. But I would like to have that. I'd like to have the ability to have them reset, you know, upon death. So that way each life, you know, I can at least get my UAV and try to get my streaks going again. Another con I noticed was there was a lot less settings, especially when it came to aim response type curve. I don't believe dead zone was in there. There was like a few other ones that were missing. Again, this is an alpha. This is something that we could see coming in the future, so I'm not, you know, harping too bad on that. It's just like the early game, so hopefully we get some more settings. And then the other 2 things that I really didn't like, some of the weapons were just like grossly overpowered. Like, you had the AK-74U. Obviously, this is an alpha, so it's going to get nerfed. And then the other thing I had a problem with was the sniping. The sniping, while I do enjoy sniping and I love sniping and I consider myself to be a pretty good sniper, I don't like how good sniping is in this game. It's pretty easy, and that's not like a bad thing per se. Problem with the sniping for me in this game is it's just like incredibly easy to do. And again, not a bad thing, but something that is as powerful as a sniper, where you can get these 1-hit kills and, you know, quick scope and all this kind of stuff. I think it should take a little bit more skill. And I'm not saying that it's overpowered for console players, I'm more thinking about when crossplay becomes a thing, when people are playing on keyboard and mouse, when mouse players get those snipers into their hands, it's going to be a serious problem when they have that ability to aim with the mouse and do what a lot of these controller players are doing, but doing it like 10 times better. I think you guys are going to realize why they're going to rework sniping, because the mouse and keyboard sniping with the snipers with the way they were in the alpha would be an absolute nightmare for like 95% of controller players and console players. So that's my big thing with sniping. But they said that they purposely buffed the snipers in this alpha because they wanted to gather some data, which again, big brain from Treyarch. Thank God they know what they're doing. But they're doing that because obviously in the beta and after the beta, we're going to have cross-play and stuff like that. So that's when the mouse and keyboard players are going to get at it, and you're going to see a lot of weird metas develop, a lot of weird things happening, and mostly because of the keyboard players' ability to just point and shoot and click heads, stuff like that. Again, I think crossplay is great. I am definitely pro crossplay. I would like to make that clear. I have no problem playing against people on keyboard and mouse, but in my opinion, sniping in its current state, people on controller won't be able to keep up with people on keyboard and mouse. With the sniping in particular, the rest of it, I think, you know, obviously they already said it's going to get nerfed, so it's not a big deal. But that's just kind of where I stand with it. But yeah, guys, that is my pros and cons. Overall, man, the alpha was a great time. I really did enjoy it a lot. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Treyarch. I really hope that they keep this momentum going. I'm excited to see what other attachments they have. I'm excited to see how this integrates into Warzone and everything. But guys, if you haven't already dropped a like, I very much appreciate that. Subscribe if you guys are brand new around here, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.